Hey guys, it's Brian the Legend here. I'm running low on cash and need to refuel my slush fund. I spent it all on colourful Louis Vuitton bags, stupid sunglasses, and sponsoring a racing team with a failed project logo. Could you open your wallets again, please? I promise this time it's different. I swear I'll make you 1000x guaranteed, and I swear I won't rug you this time, mate.
That's right, Brian Legend, my favorite punching bag, the serial scammer, Brian Seiler himself, the absolute king of Ponzi's, the absolute textbook definition of histrionic personality disorder, is back at it again with the new scams. You didn't think you wouldn't see me again, did you, Bri Guy? Now, if you guys are looking for a place to make insane returns from staking your crypto, then boy oh boy, do I have some good news for you. Imagine a protocol where you can lock up as little as $100, kick back, relax, and watch it bring you over 1000x return in a matter of months. I'm talking about APYs in the 5s, 10s, and even hundreds of thousands. Numbers that sound so lucrative and ludicrous that they're almost, dare I say, unrealistic. Well, folks, that's because they are. You see, our good old pal, Brian King Legend, is back at it again. You know, the legendary crypto fraudster behind rug pull scams like Safuu, Safuu Go, Vulcan, and Yomp, Petrova, Clever DeFi, Tags Exchange. It's like a laundry list of rugs and scams. Too many to list, but just look them up. You know, the guy who was outed as a complete and utter lying scumbag by his own family in an interview with CoffeeZilla. That guy. The one that rugged thousands of unsuspecting investors and made a run for it with all of their money. Anyways, I think you get the point. Brian Seiler, Brian King Legend is back, and he's better than ever. So forget the fact that he rugged countless investors with literally every single project that he's ever released, because this time he wants you to know that he's finally going legit with his brand new project, Safuu 2.0.
FYI, just in case you happen to give a F, if you want to keep watching my content will now be posted on a new Drew Wolfer channel. YouTube has decided to suppress the Wolfer Finance channel, so I have made the channel that you're watching the video on right now Wolfer Finance. It will be at Wolfer Finance, and now my new YouTube channel will be at Drew_Wolfer, so feel free to go there and click subscribe if you want to continue watching my content. And this is the first video that we dropped on the channel just a few minutes ago. I will continue to post a couple of the next couple of videos will be on the channel, but after that I will start posting solely content on this new Drew Wolfer YouTube channel, and we will take it from there. Thanks a lot.
And if you're scared that you'll lose all of your money by investing in one of his projects again, don't worry, because in his own words, the Safuu vibe is alive and bigger than ever with Safuu 2.0. And yes, I say Safuu wrong to piss you off. I actually call it Sapoo. So, Safuu 2.0, before I share you more about all of this totally risk-free, scam-free project, make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on that notification bell like I'm banging on Brian's rib cage, baby. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Now, let's just get into it. The base chain narrative has become home to some of the most hyped up projects of this cycle. And while many of these projects are completely legitimate, sadly, the majority of them are not. But nonetheless, the base narrative is definitely in the spotlight for this bull run. And that being said, Brian has decided to take advantage of the hype and launch a brand new project, well, kind of, on this chain. This project, Safuu, or Safuu 2.0, is being branded as the very first rebase token on Base. Probably because nobody else was stupid enough to do it, and they know that the tokenomics are absolute dog shit, and they wouldn't even think about doing it, but yeah, whatever. We're back in 2022 yet again. So, what exactly is Safuu 2.0, you ask? It is a statically charged, rebasing and auto-compounding protocol allowing users to stake and earn up to 100,000% APY. Didn't we learn our lesson from the 383,000% rebasing API on the original Safuu? No? Well, alrighty then. This version of Safuu is an evolution from the original Safuu, for which the team has learnt a lot about what to do and what not to do. Right. So, forget the fact that all 7 of his previous projects were all scams and went to pfft. This time is different. He's found God and he learned from his mistakes. What could possibly go wrong? Here's Brian now. Well, this This time, Brian has come up with a new bright idea. He's branded statically charged rebasing as an entirely new concept within DeFi. This concept allows for a sustainable interest model to issue tokens at a protocol level with a static supply that does not increase, but yet allocates tokens over a set duration without minting. Oh, might be onto something. Basically, all that means is that he's keeping the majority of the tokens locked up and away from you, and then he will gift them to you later. That is, if he doesn't take them and drain the liquidity pool before you get your profits like he did with all the other projects. He's never been known to do that, has he? Total supply remains static, as allocations are automatically honored in stake pools, which allows the protocol to be self-sufficient in distributing pre-programmed API interest rewards. Okay, so guaranteeing rewards, guaranteeing a percentage profits. That sounds illegal and sounds like a Ponzi scheme. Just saying. Anyway, Safuu 2.0 users can generate guaranteed yield by electing to stake their tokens in stake-to-earn pools through the official Safuu 2.0. They can then claim their entitled rewards after the chosen pool duration is completed? Right. So let me get this straight. Lock my tokens up for a whole year for 100,000% APY, then claim my rewards after and maybe get my tokens back. Got it. Totally nothing wrong with that picture. Anyways, auto-compounding is a primary feature which is hard-coded and embedded into the protocol. It assures each and every 15 minutes that every staking pool issues out exact APY rewards as promised, except for they don't issue it out. They give you an allocation that you can claim later. But that's a red flag right there. You see, the frequent compounding method can very easily be used to create the illusion of growth, just like you did with Safuu, Safuu Go, all the other rebasing BS protocols. It makes it super easy to inflate numbers to mislead investors. Basically, the underlying value won't actually be increasing. Instead, it will just be manipulated to appear that way. Because let me know when you actually get your token. Oh, wait, you probably won't. You have to wait. This is also a manipulation tactic for you to put more money in, so you can see it grow faster, and plays on human psychology and gambling addiction. Kind of like how Brian buys fake video views and subscribers for his YouTube channel and even his Twitter following to create the illusion that people are still interested in his dog shit projects and content. But we'll touch on that more later. But spoiler alert, he doesn't even have 100K subscribers, and I'm going to prove that unequivocally in just a second. He also doesn't get the views that you think he does, and we can prove that too. And to add on to that even further, the influencers that he's using to promote are all fake for the most part, and they buy or bought their views and subscribers as well. Maybe Brian is the one buying it for all we know, who knows, right? Anyways, the economics behind sustaining APYs of 100,000% a year with a static or decreasing supply of tokens is essentially impossible mathematically, statistically, and economically, most importantly, just logic. This would rely on a constant influx of new investors to keep the system afloat. What else relies on new investors in order to pay out the previous ones? It starts with a P and rhymes with schmonzy bean. But on a serious note, he's never been known to run that type of business, has he? He's never sold worthless rebasing tokens, fake notes, meme coins that were pumped and dumped, nor has he ever rug pulled the liquidity of a fake exchange or Schmever DeFi project, right? No way, not Bry Guy. He's chosen by God to do his bidding to make you all rich. He doesn't want to make a dollar, a true charitable philanthropist.
And I think at this point it would be hard for Brian to get millions of dollars in users invested into this project, especially after how many people he literally over from the original Safuu.
I mean, this guy is so down bad that after the last rug pull, he's literally been buying fake views and subscribers for his YouTube channel just to keep his image alive. Take a look at this chart from Social Blade. Anybody can look at it. See how this man's subscriber base and video views literally completely flatlined for like the past 2 years after the Safuu rug? Then miraculously, as soon as he announces Safuu 2.0, he gains 150,000 subscribers in 1 month and almost 2 million video views during the same brief time period. Coincidence? I think not. Here is what a real YouTube channel looks like. Not to mention the fact that he turned off the comments on all of his videos too, presumably to make it easier to cover up the facade and silence all of the critics from Clever DeFi, Petrova, Tags Exchange, Safuu, Safuu Go, Vulcan, and Yomp. You know, all the people that got wrecked by this absolute clown in the past on all of his scams. Or maybe they're turned off because after CoffeeZilla exposed the shit out of him, people were just going straight to his comments section to flood him with Hey, who knows? Who cares? My point is Brian definitely can't promise that he can get investors interested in Safuu 2.0. He's a very well-known scammer at this point, and nobody trusts him with their money. Not even his own family. Wild concept. So if nobody's interested in this project, then no money will be going in to this project to sustain the growth of the project that would pay out your rewards. Actually, that's kind of wrong, because this is the beginning of the bull cycle, and there are going to be new wet behind the ears investors and participants that will believe in this ridiculous narrative shilled by this absolute idiot bag. Or maybe he's a genius. That's to be debated. He's clearly good with transferring money from your pocket into his own, that's for sure. And he does a pretty good job of marketing. He will go so far as to use stars to do it because he understands his target demographics in crypto are aged 25 to 40-year-old males that love gambling and eye candy like girls and that's who this video is for. The people who have never heard of this guy, the new people that have yet to be scammed. Don't get scammed by this guy. I did a similar video before the launch of Safuu, and I saved thousands of people from getting wrecked. I did videos for Safuu Go, Vulcan, and Yomp too. Pay attention because he is going to keep doing this to people. Will there be people that bought in day one on Safuu and made gains buying into this coin? Absolutely, but just remember, this isn't Safuu. You don't get your tokens daily, so you won't be able to sell on people's heads since your stake and rewards are locked up until the period is up. You don't even get your rewards back to sell those off. You gotta wait until the end of your staking period. But guess who makes money? The people who stake for the minimums or shorter periods. If you lock for a year or even a few months, you'll probably be kissing your money goodbye. You'd be better off buying a $100 cigar and burning that bitch up because you'd get more out of it than locking your tokens for 6 months, most likely. Live life, do whatever you want to do, but how can he possibly guarantee these absurdly high prolonged APYs? After all, if a project is guaranteeing such high returns, they have to have some method of income to fund them. Otherwise, the token's price would just go to zero in a matter of weeks or months. Kind of like every single project that Brian has ever created. Look at the Safuu chart. It promised 383,000% APY. Look at the Safuu Go chart. It promised similar. Look at Vulcan, which was rebranded to Vitruvio since it came out that Brian was a scammer and they made him step down. Hasn't even launched yet. Probably never will. Brian's baby right there. Classic. Look at the Yomp meme coin chart. Enough said. The website doesn't even exist anymore. And you're going to let him do it again? Huh? Well, not on my watch, because he is my favorite punching bag. And before you get all sentimental, he brings it on himself. He does this over and over and over again and steals millions of dollars from unsuspecting people and participants in this market. So what makes this one any different? Because this time, Safuu has a powerhouse of brand new revolutionary technology behind it, and it goes by the name of Sheriff. This stands for Safuu High Yield External Revenue Income Forever Fund. Dude, don't care. That's a mouthful. Stupidest I've ever heard. Sheriff is self-empowered, utilizing targeted risk-free flash loans, which provides a legitimate income stream for the protocol that is then paid out to all Safuu stakers at regular intervals, at least once your stake is up, because he's not going to pay you until then, right? Oh, it's starting to click. So wait a minute. Basically what he's saying is that the way the Safuu 2.0 is able to make such high sustainable APYs is through flash loans. What? Hold on a second. For those who don't know, a flash loan is a type of uncollateralized loan in crypto only that is executed and repaid within a single transaction on the blockchain. They're used by traders to exploit arbitrage opportunities in the market. In this case, they are arbitraging their own coin price. Flash loans are used by literal scammers to extract liquidity from liquidity pools. The truth in plain sight revealed. Someone call the FBI. For example, you borrow a large amount of crypto and use it to buy an asset on one exchange where it's undervalued. Then you sell it on another exchange where it's overvalued and immediately repay the loan. And like I said, this all happens within a single transaction. This is why it's called a flash loan. It happens in a flash. But let me take a second to make something very friggin' clear. The idea of using risk-free flash loans as a legitimate source of revenue for a project is dumb as hell. He is literally arbitraging you and your coin. He isn't arbitraging Bitcoin from Kraken to Binance. He's arbitraging his own token from DEX to DEX, extracting liquidity, your liquidity. Please, turn your friggin' brain on here, guys and gals. He's literally giving you the scammer and rug pull / liquidity drainer playbook inside of the white paper. This is rich. Now, While flash loans do offer flexibility and opportunities for profit, I get that, they have also been associated with high-profile exploits and attacks in the DeFi space for scammers. Bad actors have used flash loans to manipulate markets, execute oracle attacks, or exploit vulnerabilities in smart contracts, which result in significant financial losses for platforms and users, which is probably why this doesn't have an audit, because he probably has some type of vulnerability in there so he can be like, oh, it got vulnerable, and I don't know where the money went. Promise, swear to God. So what Brian is basically saying is that this project has no real financial backing and they're simply relying on high-risk flash loans to fund Safuu 2.0 and obviously relying on you because, you know, we need new investors. But what could possibly go wrong? Well, actually quite a lot. Safuu 2.0 has zero security protocols and does not utilize any state-of-the-art cryptographic techniques and decentralized technologies to bolster its ecosystem. I mean, how can you be surprised from some dude that buys rainbow-colored Louis bags and wears sunglasses inside? He's basically the biggest idiot you've ever seen. But he's very good at marketing, and they use fancy words, phrases, and analogies to make it all seem like they do all of these things. But basically, there's nothing protecting you, your stake tokens, and this project has also not been audited. Wonderful! And Sheriff, the revolutionary new tech that we just spoke about earlier, acts completely and 100% autonomous and requires no actions or input from Safuu 2.0 users or holders whatsoever. 100% autonomous. Got it. So, if one day I wake up to find that 100% of my money staked in Safuu 2.0 is 100% gone, I can just blame it on the Sheriff for a flash loan attack. Makes sense. Foreshadowing, foreshadowing, your fortune has been told. Don't forget, Drew Wolfer is the one that read it. Dude, you can't make this stuff up. Just watch. This guy, Brian, King Legend, or Brian Seiler, if you know, you know. He literally built a blame it on the AI mechanism into the project that allows him to rug pull you with full impunity. Dude is not an idiot. Scammers are very crafty, my friends. They have to be. Anyways, the main token behind the project, Safuu 2.0, is just a cheap remake of the original Safuu and Safuu Go and all these BS tokens. Same Bitcoin, different toilet. It is an ERC20 based token that users can stake for prolonged periods of time for varying levels of ridiculously high APYs. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through this. For example, you want 60,000% APY? Lock up your tokens for 9 months. 100,000? Lock it up for a year. But here's the issue. The idea that a project can hold up to a 100,000% APY for a full year is absolute bull. Dude, even sustaining 40,000% APY, which is totally absurd, for 6 months is mathematically impossible for a project like this. If you don't believe me, go look at the previous Safuu charts and you show me where the token kept its price and utility. So you see, you can have a high APY for a very limited amount of time, but it has to go down. It's a matter of the project's survival. For example, if you earn 40,000 APY in the first 6 months, you buy the token at $500, and then at the end of 6 months, the token's worth 10 cents. Guess what you made? Drum roll, please. Assuming that there's even any liquidity left in the pool to extract, your tokens are literally worth a whopping 40 to 50 bucks. 90% loss? Thanks, Bry Guy. If your project has a fixed APY that is as high as 3 to 12 months on a fixed APY for Safuu 2.0, the token is literally going to fall to such a low price that it has to be practically worthless by the end of it. And that is exactly what happened with the original Safuu project, and this time it's not going to be any different. The only thing that'll slow it down is the fact that he's not letting you take your profits and dump them as soon as you get them. You have to wait until the end of the staking period, which kind of is smart on his end, but it's not going to do shit. It's still going to absolutely get demolished. Like, seriously, look at the chart from the original Safuu token. It went from $330 at its peak post-launch, right after my video, bounced to around $100 to $200 level for a few months, and then took a devastating nosedive to $1 almost a year later. Now, imagine if you'd invested $1,000 in Safuu 2.0, you lock it up for a year to get that sweet 100,000% APY, and then the token ends up performing like the original Safuu chart. Here's the other thing that you need to take into account. And this will probably be like my final point, because honestly, I feel like this is already not to invest in this. These tokens are based on liquidity. You have to check the liquidity pool and see if there is even enough money to pay you out. Check the stable coin that is in the liquidity pool, not the Safuu 2.0 token holders. As soon as a big sell comes in, what happens to the price? It plummets. Then the liquidity pool is drained of the real liquidity, the stablecoin. If there is only $500,000 in stables in the liquidity pool, but you have, on paper, $2 million worth of Safuu 2.0, how much do you think it's actually worth? Well, spoiler alert, it's only worth $500,000 because that's the only value that you would be able to fully extract from that liquidity pool. Again, turn your brains on. You would literally lose everything. And many people did with Brian's previous projects. And I want to make something very clear. When I say that literally every single project Brian has been involved with has ended up being a scam or a rug pull, that's not an exaggeration. I mean literally every single one. I would gladly show you the charts of projects like Vulcan and Yomp, but for some reason, all traces of them have been wiped from the internet. But I mean, do we really expect a guy who has literally done nothing but scam people for his entire crypto career and probably before to all of a sudden have a change of heart and come out with a legitimate project? Of course not. The original Safuu project was a scam. Safuu Go, scam. Vulcan was probably a scam. Yomp, probably a scam. Brian Legend is a scammer. Brian Seiler changed his own name to Brian King Legend because he needed to get away from Brian Seiler because he had scams under that name. It wouldn't surprise me if he changes his name yet again.
Hey guys, I'm Brian Prophet Pharaoh. How you doing?
I'm just kidding. Kind of. So please, for the love of all that is holy, stay away from any projects that this guy is involved with. This guy is one of the biggest scumbags in all of crypto, and he's never going to change. That's literally why CoffeeZilla, of all people, called him out. His entire income is based solely from ripping people off, people like your mom, who doesn't know what's going on in crypto. It's what he does, and it's what he'll always do. The pre-sale for Safuu 2.0 is going to happen August 24th, so make sure you spread the word to any and everyone that you know to stay the away from this project. And also, please be wary of other projects that offer APYs in the tens to hundreds of thousands. Okay? Any project that promises those types of returns should be an immediate red flag for anyone. No project can sustain a fixed APY of that level for very long without crashing and going to. So, if it looks too good to be true, then trust me, that's exactly what it is. But anyways, how do you guys feel about this project and Brian, the King Legend? Do you think people are gonna fall for his bullshit again? Or is this guy finally cooked? Let me know in the comments section, and as always, make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, boom! Bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing up to this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.